I mean, that's the only thing I could think of.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Gentle Yoga. We're going to start this morning. I just want to remind you, if you have a blanket for your knees, or maybe some blocks nearby, that may be something that you would need today. We're going to start here in a nice seated posture. And I'd just like you to either have a seat on a block or your blanket, because we're looking to lift the hips slightly higher than the knees. And if you normally sit with one leg crossed in front of the other, go ahead and switch your feet. We'll start here nice and tall, lifting up through the crown of the head. Draw your shoulders back and down. Ground down through the sits bones. Tuck your chin slightly. And breathe. In and out through the nose. Just beginning to notice the quality of the breath here. Slowing the breath down. And notice the chest rise. Exhaling, chest lowers, ribs hug, and gently draw the navel in. Keep going here, filling up on your inhale. Drawing the navel in on exhales. Releasing the hands to the knees or thighs. And slowly opening the eyes, giving a nice soft gaze toward the floor. Take a nice deep inhale from here. Exhale, drop your chin to chest. Allowing the head to be nice and heavy, shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. And moving with the breath here, inhaling, working this nice curvature in the neck, ear to shoulder. Exhaling back to center and inhaling toward the other side. Keep moving here. And then as you make it over to the right side, ears resting over shoulder, turn your gaze toward your mat. Breathe. Just breathing into the neck here, opening any tight spaces. Releasing any tension. Exhale back to center. Inhale toward the other side, ears over shoulder. Turn your gaze toward your mat. Breathe. Exhale back to center. Inhale the head up. Draw the shoulders back and down, and even give maybe a few shoulder circles here. Back and forward. And we'll move right into shoulders. Bringing hands to the shoulders. We'll start just by making some circles. So exhaling as you draw the elbows in, inhaling as you open up. Keep the spine nice and long. Try not to arch your back here. Working through any of that crunching and cracking that you might be hearing. And reverse it. Continue to move with the breath. And make your way back to center here. This time we're going to draw the elbows in and open. Inhale, open. Exhale, draw the elbows together. Keep moving here. And release. Shake out the hands for just a moment. And from here, we're going to extend the arms out in front, in line with the shoulders. You're going to inhale and press through the palms. Exhale, fingertips down, drawing the hands closer to the forearms here. Inhale, press through the palms. Exhale. keep going here. And release. Shake it out one more time. This time we're going to interlace the fingers. We're just going to start to pull the hands away from each other here. Keep a nice grip. We'll do that just a few times. Keep breathing. And release. Shake it out. One more thing for the wrist and hands here. Draw the hands together, interlace the fingers. Forearms are together, lift up through the elbows, and we'll start to make circles with the wrists here. And so full circles all the way around, breathing. And switch directions. Working through that cracking and popping that you might be hearing here. Inhale, press through the palms, round the shoulders, maybe chin to chest here. Exhale, release, re-interlace the fingers behind you and press down through the tops of the hands, lifting up through the heart. Maybe look up if it feels good to the neck and shoulders. And release. Let's go ahead and come off the blanket or block, bolster, whatever you might have. Extend your legs out in front of you. And we're just going to shake out the legs for just a moment. So lean back into your hands, lift up through the heart, keep your gaze forward, or you can even look up, whatever feels good to you. Just start to shake it out. Point and flex the feet a few times. Keep the toes open. From here, sitting up nice and tall, scoot the leg bone back into the hip socket. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Maybe interlace fingers between toes here. We're just going to make some circles with the ankles. Continue to sit up nice and tall. Keep breathing. A little self-care Monday here, and then switch directions. All right, release that interlace you have going on, and then just maybe start to massage the bottom of the foot. Spread your toes really nice and wide. And then maybe make some circle motions around the heel. Give the ankle a little love. And we're going to release, extend the right leg out in front, crossing the left ankle over right thigh this time. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Interlacing toes and fingers. if that's available to you. If not, you can just grab the foot here, and we're making circles. Ankle circles in one direction. Sit up nice and tall. Continue to breathe. And switch directions. From here, release your interlace and just begin to massage the bottom of the foot. Start to spread the toes nice and wide, separating the toes from one another. A few circular motions around the heel. And then even a few circular motions around the ankle. All right, re-extend the left leg. Sit up nice and tall from here. Inhale. Exhale, chin is tucked slightly. As you exhale, remember chest, hug the ribs. Draw the navel in. Inhale. Exhale, and this time we're going to draw the right knee in close to the body. So we're sitting up nice and tall from here. We're going to grab behind that right knee. Inhale. Exhale, you're grounding down through the sits bones. Keep your gaze forward. This time we're going to inhale and extend that right leg. Press to the heel. Breathe. Exhale, release. Keep sitting up nice and tall. We'll do that 2 more times on the right side before we switch. Keep breathing. On your next inhale, extend that right leg. Press through the heel so you're flexing your foot here. Breathe. And release. Maybe hug the knee in close for just a moment. And we'll do 1 more time on this side. Again, we're grabbing behind that knee. Sit up nice and tall. On your next inhale, extend that leg. Press through the heel. Breathe. And release. Draw the knee in. Extend that right leg and we'll do the other side. So drawing the left heel in close. Sitting up nice and tall. Keep your gaze forward. We're going to grab behind that left knee. You can interlace your fingers here if that feels good to you. When you're ready, on your next inhale, extending this left leg, pressing through the heel. Keep your gaze nice and forward. Keep a nice tall lengthening through the spine. Breathing. And release. Maybe give a little hug here. We're going to do 2 more times on this side. Re-interlace. Sit up nice and tall. On your next inhale, we're going to extend through that heel. Breathe. Keep drawing the navel in on exhales. And release. Maybe give a little hug here. We've got one more time on this side. When you're ready, inhale, extend through that heel. Breathe. And release. Draw the knee in, give a nice hug. And from here, we're just going to re-extend the left leg. Readjust yourself on your mat, sit up nice and tall. This time we're going to exhale as we draw that right knee back in. We're going to do a little twist here. So you're going to inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale as you twist toward the right. So we're keeping the spine nice and long. Maybe grab the right knee with the left hand and gaze over the right shoulder if it feels good. If not, just keep your gaze forward. It's okay. Breathe. On your next exhale, make your way back to center. Extend the right leg. Readjust your seat if you need to. On your next exhale, drawing the left knee in, and we'll do the other side. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale as you twist to the left. Keep the spine nice and long, maybe grabbing the left knee with the right hand. We're not pulling here, but just simply a guide. And then maybe gazing over the left shoulder, or even just keep the gaze forward. Breathe. Nice long exhales. Inhale back to center. Re-extend that left leg. Lean back into your hands for just a moment. Shake out the legs. Lift up through the heart. Look up or look forward. Point and flex through the feet. Make your way back to seated. From here, we're going to bend the knees and make our way over into a tabletop position. So in tabletop, we'll start by coming into some cat-cow posture. But before we do that, make sure that you are have a nice alignment here. So knees directly under the hip bones, wrists directly under the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale as you draw the navel in and gaze towards the top of your mat. Keep your fingers spread nice and wide. On your next inhale, we're going to reach through the heart and look forward. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine, tuck your tailbone. Inhale back to center. Gazing towards the top of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in. Inhale, lift up through the heart, look forward. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, center, gaze toward the top of your mat. Exhale as you draw the navel in. Inhale, lift up through the heart, look forward. Exhale, tuck your chin to chest, round your spine, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, center. Exhale, press the hips back. Keep the arms nice and long for a nice active child's pose here. Ears in line with your arms. Take a breath. All right, so from here, inhaling back into your tabletop position. We're going to work on a nice twist here in the shoulders. So take your time. If it's not available to you, you can continue to do some cat and cow movements, or even start to make some circular motions here. And if you want to do this maybe before we start, before we make it into the twist, and then moving in both directions. Can feel good. All right, so we're back in that tabletop position. Again, if this is not available to you, you can continue with cat and cow, and maybe even making some circular motions or moving from tabletop to child. All right, so from here, inhale, look towards the top of your mat. Exhale, draw the navel in. We're going to inhale, lift that left arm parallel with the shoulder. Exhale, slide that left arm through, and we're going to make it down onto the shoulder here. Maybe reaching overhead, reaching for the top of your mat with the right arm. And we're going to take maybe 2 or 3 breaths here. Drawing that right hand directly back under the shoulder here. We're going to press into the right hand, slide the left arm back through. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back into tabletop. Readjust yourself here. Look towards the top of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in. This time we're going to lift right arm. Exhale, slide that right arm through, making your way onto the shoulder here. Inhale, reach for the top of your mat with the left hand. Breathe. One more breath. Sliding that left hand back under the shoulder. Inhale as you slide the left arm back through, pressing into the left hand. Exhale, release the hand back into tabletop. From here, looking towards the top of your mat, readjust yourself on your mat. Make sure your knees are directly under your hip bones, wrists under shoulders, and we'll just press back into child. Keep the arms extended. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child. Inhale back into that tabletop position. All right, so from here, we're going to do a few knee lifts, and we'll just do 3 on each side. So we'll start with the left side. Inhale, exhale, draw the navel in and look towards the top of your mat. We're gonna inhale, lift the left knee, press through the heel. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. And let's do the other side. Maybe press back into child one more time. Inhale back into tabletop. Look towards the top of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in. Inhale, lifting the right knee, pressing through the heel. Exhale, release. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, look towards the top of your mat. Exhale, press the hips back. Inhale back into tabletop. And then just a few circular motions here. Just move in one direction for a moment. Switch directions. All right, back into tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in. On your next inhale, we're gonna slide the right foot through in between the hands. So we're coming into sort of a kneeling runner. You can use your blocks here if it's helpful. So we're here. Try to lift up through the heart if you can. Look forward and start to press that left hip forward. So maybe take a moment here and just check your alignment. You want your knee and your ankle to be in line. Right knee, right ankle. Again, lifting up through the heart, looking forward. Breathe. We're going to try a twist here in this kneeling runner. Scoot one block out of the way. You can use a block if you need, or you can just bring hand to the mat. So I'm going to use the block just to show you what I mean. I'm putting it right next to the outside of the right foot. I'm going to press the palm down into my block here. Inhale as I lift up through the left arm. Maybe gaze towards the ceiling. Maybe just keep the gaze forward or down. Wherever you're at is okay. Breathe. Exhale, release. Move your block out of the way. Hands back to your mat. Slide the right foot back through. We're back in our tabletop position. Look towards the top of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, press the hips back. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, press it back once more. Inhale, tabletop. And we're going to do the other side. So your blocks are there if you need them. We're going to slide the left foot through this time, right in between the hands. Take a moment, get your blocks, check your alignment. We're back in that kneeling runner here. We're inhaling up, lifting up through the heart, looking forward, and beginning to just sort of press that right hip forward. Ever so gently here, continuing to breathe. From here, we're going to make it into that twisting posture. We're going to bring a block to the outside of the left foot. You can move the other one out of the way. Left hand palm is down on that block, and you're going to inhale, lift up through the right arm. Maybe reach for the ceiling with the fingertips. Maybe gazes towards the ceiling. Maybe just forward or even down towards the mat, whatever feels good to you. Breathe. Exhale, release. Move the blocks out of the way. Slide the left foot back. We're back in that tabletop position. Inhale here at center. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, one more time. Press it back. We're just going to take a breath or two here. Relax the forearms onto your mat. Maybe tip of the forehead meets the mat here. Gazing back towards the knees. You can keep the knees nice and wide and open or even close together, whatever feels good. Inhale back into the tabletop. We're gonna go ahead and have a seat on the heel, or sorry, seat on the bottom here. We're gonna come to seated, and I'd like for you to bring the heels, or sorry, the soles of your feet together. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall from here. Maybe grabbing the tops of the feet. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, chest, rib cage. Draw the navel in. We're just going to do a few butterfly motions here. So we're just fluttering the knees. All right, come back to center. We're going to do just a few twists here. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale as you reach behind you with the right hand. Keep the spine nice and long. Pressing down through the tailbone, through the sits bones. Looking forward or even gazing over the right shoulder. Nice long exhales here. Keep breathing. Inhale, center. Again, we're just going to move the knees up and down a few times. Keep your spine nice and long. When you're ready, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale as you reach behind with the left hand. Spine is nice and long. Lifting up through the crown, grounding down through the sits bones. Keep your gaze forward or even over the left shoulder, whatever feels good. Breathe. Inhale back to center. We're going to move the knees up and down a few more times. And from here, draw the knees in. You're going to lean over to one side and make your way up one to the knees. From here, I'd like to come into just a nice squatting posture. So if you have your blanket, it may feel comfortable to you to put that under your heels, especially if your heels don't reach it all the way to the floor. We're just going to come into a nice squat. You can also use a block under your seat. The idea here is to drop the tailbone, bring your elbows to the inside of the knees and hands to heart center. Lift up through the heart. Keep your gaze forward and breathe. Exhale, bring hands to your mat and start to open up one knee at a time. We're going to come right back into that squatting posture. Use your block or your blanket if you need it. Elbows are towards the inside of the knees. Hands together at heart center. Lift up through the heart. Gaze is forward. Tailbone is dropping down towards the mat here. Breathing. One more breath. Exhale, hands back to the mat. Opening up one knee at a time. Grab your block or your blanket. Have a seat. Cross the legs. Coming back into a seated posture from here. Sit up nice and tall. Lift up through the crown. Ground down through your sits bones. Take a moment to notice the quality of your breath. Moving back into a normal breathing pattern from here. Bringing the hands together at heart center. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice with me this morning. Have a wonderful week. Namaste.